So a friend recently sent me this photo that was making the rounds on social media asking if this tea was legit. Hell yeah it is, and it's a pretty amazing tea as well. So Duckpoop tea or Ya Shi Xiang is a type of Dancong Oolong tea from the Chaozhou region in Guangdong, China. And the tea itself has nothing to do with Duckpoop at all. So the story goes, the farmer that first cultivated this style of tea loved the aroma and flavor of the tea so much that he was worried that his rivals would steal it. And so to deter them, he named the tea after the soil that it was grown in, which was apparently known as Duckpoop soil due to its texture and color of the soil. And so anytime anyone asked him, "What's that tea you've got growing over there?" he'd just say, "That's just Duckpoop." There have been recent attempts to try and change the name to the more elegant sounding Yin Hua Xiang or honeysuckle aroma. But this hasn't quite caught on, and the cultivar is still known as Ya Shi Xiang or Duckpoop Dancong. But does the taste of this tea match the legend or the story behind the name? As this tea is from Chaozhou, I figured it'd be appropriate that I brew this tea Chaozhou Kung Fu style. Not the most elegant at this, but we're here to try the tea today and not judge my somewhat clumsy brewing skills. So the first thing that really hits you with this tea is the floral aroma and flavor that's in the tea. It's incredibly aromatic, which is what you'd expect from a Dancong Oolong tea, and the floral flavor matches the aroma as well, which is fairly important when it comes to quality tea. What you also get are light hints of vanilla to go along with these floral aromas, and a smooth texture with like a thickish and creamy mouthfeel. Followed by a nice long lingering floral aftertaste. So Dancong Oolong teas are known for their intoxicating aromas and large varieties. There are a number of different cultivars when it comes to Dancong. For example, you've got honey orchid, gardenia, cinnamon, iris flower, and the list goes on. Some have a more fruity flavor profile, and others, like our friend Duckpoop over here, have a more floral flavor profile. But what's interesting about Dancong Oolong teas is that underneath all these lovely and delicate aromas and flavors lies a tea that's got strength and punch to it. So the first, I'd say, 2 or so infusions of this tea are fairly light and aromatic. Like definitely those floral flavors are definitely at the forefront. And with the aftertaste, it's a nice floral aftertaste, but there are also sort of light fruity hints that go along with it. So from about the 3rd infusion onwards though, as the leaves start to open up a little bit more and more of the depth and flavor that's inherent and present within this tea start to get released, things start getting a little bit stronger. So more of that signature Dancong bitterness is starting to come through now, which I quite enjoy when balanced with the light aromatic and those sort of light floral notes from the earlier infusions. Personally, I like my Dancong teas brewed with a little bit of a kick to it. Like it's great for when I need a tea, to kind of slap me awake in the morning. Like those floral notes, are now, by this infusion, By this infusion here, the floral notes are starting to take a bit of a back seat, and that Dancong bitterness, that strength, is starting to come and take center stage. So how you brew this tea though does come down to personal taste. So as I said, I like it when a Dancong has a bit of bitterness to it, but in contrast, Dawn, for example, doesn't like that and prefers her Dancongs to be lighter and more aromatic. So sometimes when I'm brewing this tea for her, she'll say, and meanwhile, I'll think this infusion is great. And then she'll go and brew some for me, and then I'll say, can you maybe push it a little bit further? It's a little on the light side. The thing is, you do need to be careful and somewhat focused when brewing this or other Dancong Oolong teas, as they are quite easy to overbrew in that you can push the bitterness too far. Like countless times I've gone to brew this tea and poured the water in and got distracted by something, like maybe I'm in the middle of making breakfast or my son's behind me calling out to me. I go back to my Gaiwan and I open it up and I see that the tea's been steeping for who knows how long. And the resultant tea it's a bitter mess. Like you can still taste those nice kind of floral notes, but the bitterness is definitely overpowering, and like that's definitely the thing that you taste the most. And I mean, it's definitely a tea that's going to wake you up if you brew it that way. You can salvage it somewhat by diluting the tea with extra water. It's not the ideal way of drinking this tea, but you know, at least diluting it does make it somewhat drinkable. But the lesson is to pay attention when you're brewing Dancong Oolong teas. So from about the 6th infusion onwards, things get progressively lighter and the flavour will slowly dissipate over the next few infusions until there's pretty much nothing left. The evolution of flavour that you get over the different infusions isn't exactly a straight line. So things start off fairly light and aromatic in the first 2 or so infusions before getting stronger from the 3rd to say about the 5th or 6th infusion, as more of the inherent tea flavour and that sort of strength and bitterness starts coming out as the leaves start to unfurl. Before, from the 6th or 7th infusion onwards, slowly dissipating and getting progressively lighter until there's pretty much no more flavour left. So it's a tea that works extremely well when brewed Gongfu style. By brewing it Gongfu style, you really get to hone in on all the different layers of flavour that's present within this tea. And in a way, like Gongfu style brewing, and especially the Chaozhou Gongfu style brewing, was kind of designed with Dancong Oolong teas in mind. Because if you think about it, Dancong Oolongs originated from Chaozhou, and Gongfu style brewing was supposedly invented in Chaozhou as well. So in a way, this method of brewing is really designed for Dancong Oolong teas, such as this Duckpoop Dancong. So anyway, that's the end of our video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Have you tried Duckpoop Dancong Oolong teas before? And if you have, what did you think of it? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.